Guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought that I would get on here and do a little bit of I guess it's a get ready with me because I'm not really talking about, probably not any like real techniques or anything. Hey, that's a brush brand. But I did want to focus on a lot of new makeup that I've gotten. So I don't have something new in every single category, but I felt like I had enough to warrant one of these videos. So let's just go ahead and get ready and I'll talk about the new stuff that I've gotten and what I think so far. Okay, so I am going to be using a new foundation and I don't have a new primer. I don't think. So I'm not going to use a primer today. So we're going to skip that step. I'm going to go straight into correcting these awful bags. I mean, I look like I got punched in the face. They're so bad. I'm only assuming it's because of allergies because I've been sleeping really well, so I don't know what it is. But we're going to work on that with the Jane Iredale Enlighten. I've had a few of you ask if I still use the color science, and yes. Yes, I do. But when my circles are this bad, I feel like I need a little bit of a kick up in coverage. Especially since the concealer I'm going to be using today is a little bit lighter in color. Not necessarily coverage, but color. And if I have too much darkness showing through, it'll start to look gray and ashy. So I really need to concentrate on covering that darkness up. And then I have a little spot on my nose that has been there my entire life, and it looks like I got hit there. So let's cover that up too. Okay, the foundation I'm going to be using is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Foundation. I talked about this in another video and asked if y'all wanted to see a full review, and only a couple of y'all said you did. I feel like it's pretty saturated across YouTube right now, so I thought I would just do it in this video and kind of talk about it. I will say I do think the packaging is very sleek and pretty, but the top is atrocious because if you pick it up by the top, and it's not going to do it now, but well, there it goes. Every time that I pick it up by the top, not thinking, the top pops off and it goes flying. And I've seen a couple other people on YouTube have that same issue, so I'm pretty sure it's not just a one-off for mine. It's pretty widespread. But this is their newest foundation, long wear, weightless, full coverage with a velvet matte finish. I am in the color 255 medium warm. So it does have a pump component, and then that's the bottle. So what I have noticed, I have not watched a ton of YouTube videos. I've watched a few reviews on this, and I feel like the reviews I've seen are pretty positive, but the reviews online are somewhat negative. So what I have found, I have something in my eye, is that this is the same exact type of, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. With all my other IT Cosmetics foundations, if I use more than a pump, whether it be the CC cream, the matte CC cream, the Bye Bye foundation, the Bye Bye moisturizer, no matter what, if I use more than a pump, it looks like a cakey hot mess. So I didn't even try this with more than one pump, and I've seen a couple of people talk about how cakey it is, and I just think that in this like world we live in right now with makeup, like so many people overuse products, and I'm guilty of it. I do too, but with this, you absolutely do not need to. So one pump is all you need. That is what it looks like right there. So that's a color 255. If you don't know, I am partial to a brush with my foundations. I just am. I don't really have a reason for it. I feel like you get better coverage. I feel like you use less product because the brush doesn't suck it in as much. So, in saying that, I'm using the IT Cosmetics number 7 Heavenly Luxe Complexion Brush. This brush and my blush brush are the most asked about brushes on my channel. This is by far my favorite foundation brush ever. So I didn't do my forehead. Let me see if I can get a little tiny bit on my forehead. But you saw what small amount went such a far way. And that's the coverage you get. I do think it is like it says, a velvet matte finish. It's not flat matte at all. Easy to spread, doesn't look cakey because I used a very minimal amount. I mean, I still have that much on my hand. I find this color works really well on me. I know that IT Cosmetics has not been known to have the best color ranges. This does have more options than any of their other foundations, I believe, which is good, but a lot of people have been saying that their colors tend to lean orange, which I feel like they can either lean orange or lean gray. In the past, like some of the CC creams, I've had an issue with leaning kind of gray. So I feel like this color is a little bit better than any of the other IT Cosmetics products that I have. So that's a plus. So that's the full face. I still have that on my hand. So that just goes to show you how little product you need. If I would have taken 2 pumps directly and gone all over my face, no bueno. It would have been awful. But I actually really enjoy this foundation. I think it works beautifully. It wears beautifully. It looks good. Let me do a close-up before somebody yells at me for not doing one. Like, I don't feel like my, let me see. I don't feel like my pores are accentuated any more than they normally are. But you can see the real pretty finish that it has. Hopefully my light over here is good enough. It's just, I mean, it's a pretty foundation. I think it's starting to be the season of turning the fan on. I am like, let's just say I may or may not have pants on right now. It's so hot up here. Okay. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. So I know this is only semi-new, because, and people have talked about it like endlessly, and I'm never going to be the type of person, I mean, a few items I have, but it's rare that I'm going to be the type of person that talks about something the day it comes out, because even if I purchase it the day it comes out, I do want to use it quite a bit to see how I feel about it. So I have been using this, I just haven't used it on film, I don't think. I got the color 3, which is a little too light. The colors online are very misleading. Comes in, if you haven't seen, which I'm sure you have, a little bit of a slanted doe foot applicator. It's very, I feel like it's very liquidy in texture. And because this is so light, I am going to need to highlight the rest of my face to even it out. I don't typically do this, but the contrast is too much. I have heard people say that they feel like this is a full coverage concealer. I don't feel like it is, personally. I feel like it's a solid medium, but it's like, because of the lightweight texture of it, I mean, it would have to be pretty magical to end up being full coverage. Now, if you don't have the near darkness I do, it may look full coverage on you for sure. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I have more full coverage concealers than this. But because it is so lightweight, it does feel good on the skin. It does blend out very easily. I just think the colors run light. And it's not my favorite. I don't dislike it, but I am not going goo goo gaga like so many other people are, which is par for the course for me. We know I rarely do. When other people love it, I tend to just like it okay. But I like other concealers better than this. Not necessarily for their texture and the lightweight, because that's a huge pro of this, but how it looks on me throughout the day. Other ones look better. I just feel like this one cracks a little bit too much on me. It's not a bad one, but it's gonna sit in my like middle of the road category. So I'm gonna do my eyes while all of the face stuff sinks in. I have one like new product, and then one just new to me product. It's definitely not new to the market. The first one is the Laura Mercier Caviar Chrome Veil. Okay, so if you have watched any of my videos where I talk about my favorite eye products, the Caviar Sticks eyeshadows are always in the favorite. Copper is still my absolute all-time favorite stick crayon eyeshadow ever. I have gone through like 3 of them. I always repurchase. So when they came out with this, I was very excited to see what it was going to be like. I got the color Gilded Fresco, which is just a really pretty like pink champagne color. So I've only used these a couple times. I'm going to not talk as much about them in this video because I have one coming up shortly talking about a lot of Laura Mercier products. But I'm going to use this as my base. So I'm just going to put it all over my eye like that. And I'm going to just lightly buff out the edges. It almost pulls like a taupey color on me, which is fine. But it, you know, you look at it and you think, oh, it's going to be pink. But it pulls more of like a taupey purple on me almost. They're almost cooling. Like I feel on my hand a cool sensation. Very different. Now, this is the one that's not new, but it's new to me. Marc Jacobs had like a 25% off sale, and I got the Glambition palette. I could not decide whether I wanted this or Scandalust or the one in the leopard packaging. I do really want that one. Not quite sure why I didn't get that one, but I got this one because I just thought if there ever was a travel palette, it's this. It's got everything you need. I mean, it's got a couple really pretty pink champagne and gold lid colors. I'm not too keen on the black because it's got quite a bit of micro glitter in it, but just very basic good colors. And I do like Marc Jacobs formula. So I'm going to take my Blender Pro from Sonia G, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to start out with Infamous, which is this lighter brown color right here. This is going to be the one that is used most for transition. And I'm just going to put that in my crease. I don't want to go like super dark today. And this actually applies a lot darker, I feel like, on the eye than it looks in the pan. So it's good to note that if you want to try this formula, or really any formula, like always start out lighter and build up and go in with a darker color if you want. But sometimes colors are deceiving in the pan, and how they react with your skin can change them completely. So now I'm going to take the Worker Pro and I'm going to go into this color, which is called The Most. And it's that like pink champagne shimmer color. And I'm going to pack that over the top of that Laura Mercier base that we put down. So a lot of y'all will be like, well, why did you even put down a base if you're going to put down something on top of it? I am a firm believer that if you put down a base, not necessarily an eye primer, but a base of some sort, like a cream shadow or a stick shadow that coordinates with the color you plan on putting on top of it, the color pops more, it lasts longer, it looks more vibrant, and I just all around like it more. So that's why I choose to do it. So now I'm going to take the Builder Pro, a little bit smaller, and go in with this color called Over the Top, which is a really pretty burgundy matte color. Burgundy, I mean, it's brown, but it's got touches of burgundy in it. And I'm just going to work on this outer corner just a little bit. It's going to end up being darker than I wanted it to be, but oh well. That's normally how it goes. And then I'll go back in with the Blender Pro and blend it out, because these brushes are magic and they do exactly what you want them to do. I like this palette. I probably shouldn't have got it, if I'm being completely honest. I have all these colors probably multiple times over in my collection. I've wanted one of these since they launched a long time ago, and I never bought one. And so I think when I saw like 25% off, I just jumped on it, and I need to get better about that, because Lord knows I don't need a single makeup item for the rest of my life. All right, we'll come back into that in a little bit, but let's go on to the face and let's set these under eyes. I'm going to use my Flower Powder. And it's bulky, annoying packaging, but the powder is oh so lovely. This is another brush I get asked about a ton. This is a Sephora eye brush that has been discontinued, but really any super fluffy, non-dense brush is going to work. Okay, for the rest of my face, I don't have the entire powder, but I have a bride who I believe found me on YouTube, and we were at her trial. And she loves makeup as much as I do, so we were chit-chatting about makeup the whole time, and she was like, have you tried the new Ilia powder? And I'm like, no. She had it with her. She gave me a little sample because I have one of these little pots in my kit, and so I want to try it. So I don't know the full name. I'll put it down here. But it is a pretty white powder. You can see I didn't want to take her whole thing, so I just got a little bit, but this is going to be enough for one application. So I'm going to take that and set my face. She just said, she did mention the scent. It does have, oh my goodness, I probably shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. It has a slight rose scent, which y'all know I'm not a fan of, but it's not enough to bother me. So if it doesn't bother me, being someone who is easily bothered by rose scents, I don't believe it's going to bother anybody else. It doesn't linger, she said. She told me. The reason she liked it is because she said it does not look like powder, which that is just speaking to me. If you can give me something that doesn't look like powder, I am all over it, especially from a more clean line. That does not look like powder. Holy cow. I like that. I can't tell if it, because I'm using a small mirror, I don't even think it really lightened my foundation up as much. We're going to fix that next step, but so far I really like that. Well, VIB sales coming up. I may have to add that to my cart after I just got done saying I don't need a single other makeup item in my entire life. This I'm super excited about because I have fallen head over heels in love with this. This was actually sent to me by Octoly and Amore Pacific. It's been on my wants list in Sephora forever, and I just haven't pulled the plug. And it is their Color Illuminating Compact. So it looks like this. I mean, really gorgeous packaging. Doesn't really hold on to fingerprints. So pretty. You open it up, and it has a brush that came with it. I have not tried this brush, but it's actually, it doesn't feel that bad. It doesn't feel bad at all. I just haven't tried it. And then it has a plastic covering, and you open, and this is the compact. It has 3 different kind of bronze powders. You've got the lighter bronze, a little bit of a darker bronze, and then this over here is more of a, it's like a bronzy, but it's more like a highlight. So it's got, it's actually got some specks of like glitter in it almost. So really, I don't use that part of it, but I will take my Wayne Goss number 11, which is my favorite bronzer brush, and I will just tap into these first 2 or 3 sections right here, and I will use it as a bronzer. It's so pretty. I think I have used this every day since I got it. It's just, it gives the most realistic warmth to your face. I feel like even in the summer, I'm going to be able to use this, like when I get a couple of shades darker. However, if you get much darker than that, I really don't know if it's going to show up on you. So that's not a bonus. But if you are my shade, a little bit darker than me and lighter than me, you could use this, because you could just use those lighter colors and be totally fine. I'm just going to take it down the middle. And I've just really been loving this product. Okay, now the new highlighter I have gotten, I've also really been liking. It's from RMS Beauty. So they launched 3 new highlighting powders. This is the luminizing powder. So we all know they are super famous for their living luminizers, magic luminizers, their cream-based luminizers in a pot, and now they have powder ones. So this is in the color Grand Dame, and it is the more champagne color. They have a rose gold color, and then they have a bronzer color. This one is the one that spoke to me the most because, you know, I don't have 20 other champagne highlights in my drawer. I thought, why not? This is a very large highlight. It has 15 grams of product in it, which I feel like is a lot for a highlight. So, love the packaging. Very modern acrylic. It's a little bulky, but it does have a big mirror, which is what I've been using. And look at how pretty it is. I did use this on my other channel, so it's not going to be new to those of y'all who follow me over there, but you can build it up, be really intense, but then it buffs out really well too, which you'll see. I feel like I always am heavier handed on this side of my face than I am on this side, but we're going to buff it out anyhow. But it's so pretty. Now, for my blush, I'm going to use one of the ones I talked about in my Salt New York video, and this one is from La Femme. Now, if you've never heard of La Femme, they are like a pro makeup line, and they are ridiculously affordable. Like this blush palette, they do only, I don't know if they sell them in compacts. I think they only sell them in pans. But this blush pan was $3.75. I mean, you can't get better than that. This is the color Amber. This is the neutral blush that I talked about in that video, and I have really been enjoying it. So I'm just going to take my It Cosmetics blush brush, apply Amber. I really want more colors now. I'm sad that it has taken me this long. I bought it with the intention of putting it in my kit. And don't you love how it ended up in my personal stash? Because it's just pretty. I mean, it's subtle, it's pretty. I have another color too. This is how they come, just in like black packaging. This one is a much darker blush. I got it for my darker skin tone girls, but also for an eyeshadow. It's called Sienna. Look how pretty that is. Yes. All right, so loving those. Highly recommend them. They've got great reviews, and they're well known in the artist community. So that was Amber. Okay, so now we're going to buff. Radiant Light. I'm going to stick this only to my cheeks. Now, I will say that this It Cosmetics foundation does tend to sink into my smile lines a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not like the worst offender in my collection by any means, but it is something to note. Let's go back into the Marc Jacobs palette and take that Infamous color right here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that. you know what? I'm going to mix that with the Seeking color, that darker brown. These eyeshadows do have kick up quite a bit. But the Sonia G brushes work their magic and prevent that. So I do want to point something out. As I'm looking in this mirror, and I don't know if it's going to come across, but can you see still see quite a bit of darkness under my eyes, especially when I turn certain ways? And I know that's with every concealer, but I just don't, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because everybody else is like, it's so full coverage. I'm going to spray with the Beautycounter Rose Water Mist, and I'm going to do mascara. And typically I will cut off for the entire mascara application, but I am actually going to show you mascara this time because it's a new one. I am going to go ahead and curl off camera and everything and do my primers, but I'll be back on to show you the new mascara. Okay, so even though this eye had a rest in peace situation with a clump of eyelashes right there last night, it doesn't look the best. I am going to show you on this side. This is the Fit Glow Beauty. I think it has a name. I'll put it down below, but it's not on the package. It's their mascara. So this is I still got a hair on here. So this is like a clean, organic brand. I have used their foundation and really like it. I've used a couple of their skincare products and really like them. And this came in a detox box from Detox Market. So the wand is a little different than anything that I've have in my collection for sure, and really kind of different than anything I've used before, but it's quite tapered on the inside. It just fell. I actually have come to like that. I posted about this a couple days ago on my Insta stories. I have to look like really down when I do mascara because my lashes are long and they will transfer, and they already did, so I'll have to clean that up later. But I was just so impressed with this because clean mascaras are incredibly hard to formulate. I think there's something in the formula that, like, whatever makes it voluminous or lengthening and super black is not the most clean ingredient. So, you know, it's not easy to formulate. But that is one coat of the mascara. Then let me do the other side, and then we'll do 2 coats, and I'll show you the final result. Okay, so that is with both lashes done. I just feel like they look fluffy. Like they just look like fluffy, natural lashes. They're not clumpy. They're not sticking together. The formula built well on itself. I just really like it. I'm going to take She Was right here and just highlight my inner corners. I don't think I've used this shade yet. This is not really a shimmery shade. It's more of like a satin matte, but ooh, it's pigmented. Can you see? I have such deep set eyes, especially my right eye, that it's very hard to highlight the inner corner and have it be noticeable. I think you'll be able to see there. I know I keep saying this is the last step, but I keep forgetting steps. I'm going to use my Beautycounter Brow Gel just to tame the actual hairs I have, which only make up the first half of my brow, but they have a tendency to like fall down halfway throughout the day, so this helps keep them in place. And this is the color Light. All right, now we're gonna go to lips. The lipstick is a new one that I've never talked about, and this is from Becca. This is their, why don't I have any names for anything? It's their newest lip gloss launch. Comes in this really pretty sleek gold packaging. It has Becca on the top. This is the color Sugar. So this is another kind of misleading color from what I saw online. They said it was a pale pink, and I mean it is, but it looks brown in the tube. Can you see that? I just feel like they don't look the same. I wanted a little bit paler because you know me, but I do really like this, and the formula is amazing. Really super hydrating. I can't speak for the longevity outside of wearing a gloss on top because I always do. Today I'm going to be using the, I don't even know if they make these anymore, the Cream Lip Gloss by Bite Beauty in Champagne Pearl. This is newer to me because I went through an entire one and I loved it, and I had it in my backup drawer, so I just pulled it out the other day, and I've been liking it to top this lipstick. This Champagne Pearl does last quite a long time, so I can speak for this combination lasting a long time. But I love I mean, it's a nude, y'all. It's a glossy nude. Of course, I love it. So that is the entire look using new makeup products. No new techniques, nothing groundbreaking, but I thought it was fun to show y'all what I have been loving and what I have new in my collection. As always, I want to know what you have new, so be sure and write it down in the description bar, not the description bar, that's what I write in. I do that all the time. The comment section, and let me know what your favorite new product is, and I will see you in my next video. As always, be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.